have with us here Dr. Shanku Bose. He's the group CEO of the Techno India Group. Let me give a brief introduction of Dr. Bose. Dr. Bose has had an illustrious academic and professional career and brings with him a reservoir of wisdom and experience in management and technology consulting in top leadership roles in more than 24 countries across the globe. Dr. Bose has lived in Houston for over 20 years and a few years in the UK and other cities in Europe too. Prior to joining our group, Dr. Bose was the president and global CEO of JK Technosoft. He holds a doctorate in artificial intelligence and robotics from the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, and had started his career as an assistant professor of computer science in JNU Delhi and switched over to the industry and served as vice president and head of digital enterprise business for Atos Inc. in North America. Vice President and Global Head of Enterprise Business for IT Infotech, PwC, KPMG Consulting, and Bearing Point. These are some of the companies that he has had stint. A recipient of multiple Bacon Awards for his outstanding contribution in the IT service industry towards trusted client relationship, employee mentoring, and delivering business value, he has successfully developed multiple businesses from ground zero throughout his career by stressing upon quality and innovation while building employee trust and client loyalty. We are fortunate to have Dr. Bose with us today, who would guide our students as to whether they are ready to hit the job market. He has got his own ideas from his experiences across the globe, which he would like to share with you. And I hope that all of us, students, faculties, as well as we from the management cadre of the group, we will benefit from Dr. Bose's session. Dr. Bose, can I please hand over to you?
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Bose, and thanks all my students and participants and colleagues. And it's my pleasure. This is my first official session after I joined Techno India to address my Techno India students. But unfortunately, I'm holding this is a little bit online and due to the global crisis situation. But I thought when Mrs. Bose approached me, so pick a topic which will add value to our students. Since I do not know many of you, probably one or two I know personally, so I was not sure like what I should talk and should not make you or should not put you on sleep. So with that, I thought that okay, I think the need of the hour, and particularly people those who are in this professional courses, so they have to worry about their job and how they prepare for their job, and some of the people got a job and what need to be done, and especially we are unconsciously or unknowingly entering into the new world. It's almost like post second world war, like which is now unnamed third world war we are entering into. So we have to behave differently, we have to set our expectation differently, we have to think differently. So with that context, I'll put some of my thoughts in a few slides, and it is completely up to you to use these slides and as a guiding point. And this is kind of my thought. I thought that it might be helpful for you to share. Let me now put my screen share. So I'm sharing my. Can you see my screen now, Mrs. Bush? Can you see my?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, it's clear, sir.
Okay, so now I cannot see any one of you, so I will be speaking from my slide deck. So as you see that the topic of this evening is, are you ready for your job? and which is very, very important because we all need a job. We all aim to have a job, but most of the time we do not know, am I ready really, mentally, professionally, competence wise, technically? And which is important. And job, it could be in a different form and shape. It's not necessary you have to work for somebody, or you can start on your own. That could be another type of a job, or voluntary or philanthropic or whatever. And this is very important, that defining your future, you all probably are the age group of mid 20s or early 20s. And this is the right time if you want to achieve something, set some goal in your life that, hey, I want to go there. So, but I cannot jump there, just to go step by step. It's a long walk, and definitely you will achieve if you plan it properly. So my whole thought of sharing this, just to give in some guidance. I know that you all know probably a lot of things are very common sense, common thing, but I'm talking from the other side of the table because I cannot count that how many times I visited the campus, how many times and how many students I've taken interview in my entire career of close to 30 years. GD, personal interview, face-to-face, psychometric test and all. So I thought that, okay, it might be useful if I share some of my thought. And this is the forum that you can ask your question, okay, that, hey, why I get rejected from the job, or I got a job, that what should be my behavior on the very first day? Because most of the company, a lot of people join a job, you know that after induction session and after few session, company also get rid of them because they got hired but not qualified, not fit for these things. So there are the ways to handle it. So with that, I think I'll go with the next slide. This is a very important slide, and this quote is so important in life. Whatever you do, even if you're going for a job interview, be so good they cannot ignore you. When you speak, or when you show your body language, when you dress, or when you appear or demonstrate your knowledge, you have to be good. For a common people, for a common things, is difficult to draw an attention from the interviewer. So interviewer always look for what is good in you. They don't even look for what is bad in you, because that is not their whole intention. They come all the way, or they spend time with you over the phone or face to face. They try to find one, two, or maximum three unique point you have, or unique strength you have. Based on that, they select you. Rest is respective firm or the companies or employers' responsibility to groom you. So they basically try to see, are you groomable? So groomable is not only because of your technical competency, but it's a complete package. Your attitude, your behavior, your personality, it's all matters. Even if you are a first class first in your degree or college, you may not fit for any of the job. Maybe the last bencher is always fit for the job. And there is a proverb that last bencher always successful in their career over the first bencher. That doesn't mean I am discouraging that you to be first, okay? But key takeaway of this slide is, be so good that they cannot ignore you. So this is very important. So with that, I want to start my session today. Now, how confident to shape up your career? So that is the, before you go for a job interview, or before you start your job, this is very important thing. And these 5 things you need to do. You have to ask, do you need a job or a career? So you need to define what is the difference between job and the career. This is very important. And what is the definition of a job, and what is the definition of a career? Many people get a job, but not many people get a career. So that's the question that you have to ask. You have to ask your peers. You probably get an advice from your friends or parents, or those who have little more experience, or those how they perceive you. Let's say that your friend or your neighbor or your soulmate, how they perceive you. That what kind of, then take their input, that, hey, what do you think? Unbiasedly, what kind of career I fit for, or am I really career oriented guy, or I just need a job to pay my bills. So this is a very, very critical question. So once you know your answer, then it will really set you the path that what you want to do. Then second point is very important. Have you put a plan for your career? Like people, those who have come for an BTech degree, MCA degree, BSc degree, or whatever, some after high school, okay? Is that you never has gone for that degree, that's why you're gone? Or you heard that, okay, there's a job, that's why you are gone? So it is very important that even you entered the admission or entered the college, you need to ask this question yourself, that why I'm doing this course? What is the purpose? Is that meeting my expectation? Is that should I depend on the institute or should I depend all on the teachers that okay, they will make or shape my career? Absolutely wrong. You have to take charge of your own career. No teacher, no institute, nobody can do it to your career. Whether it's an IIT or MIT or Harvard, it's all depends on the individual how you shape up your career. And third is how do you like to plan your career? So that is also a very important part. Fourth is, are you passionate about your career? Are you really passionate? So, or you are just, you want to have in a career to do some kind of a financial requirement or meet your financial requirement to, for your daily task or daily jobs or daily things or daily needs. And the last question that you need to ask yourself, what is your risk appetite? If you put on a scale 1 to 5, 1 is a very high risk, 5 is a very low. So you have to find out that who you are. Basically, it is the these 5 questions. If you spend few minutes or few hours and for a couple of months to identify yourself, like what kind of job that you are. If you are a risk aversion guy, and then you should not get into the private banking job. I'm just taking an example because you won't be able to survive there because private banking is very high pay and everything is high, but every moment is a risk that you might lose your job, you might lose a deal, you might lose a deal. Means it's in a questions of millions and billions of a dollar. So that's the things. And if you're really less risky guy and all those things, go for a minimum disturbance, secure, some kind of a, so set your expectation that way. So I think these 5 things is very important. Even the people, those who got a job, even the people, those who are preparing the job, it is a very important. In fact, while even the high school, the people need to start thinking this thought it's important rather than getting a job. The key takeaway is you have to take charge of your own career. Do not use as an excuse that I come from a poor family, I come from a Bengali medium or Hindi medium, my communication is not good. Those are all excuses because there is a career for everybody. If you take charge of your career, if you find what kind of and how do you fit it, then you can. Then subsequent slide, it will talk about that. So very important part is try to convert your passion to your profession. Very few people do that. And particularly majority of other people come from a middle class or lower middle class background. Everybody, even you are passionate musician, your parent will discourage you. Since you are equally good at study, the parent will encourage you, hey, go study, do a bank job or do an IT job and all, but which you are not really fulfilling your passion. If you're passionate about the music, try to find, convert that passion to a profession in a reasonable way and be good. If you remember the first slide, if you be good on that, you will have a career. So that's why the passion is the difference between having a job and having a career. So whatever is your passion, go for that career, take it from me, and you will be successful. Don't go by the convention, and you will be successful. Whatever is your passion, whatever it is. Now the next slide, which will talk about the career growth versus career development. So some people will be middle of the job, middle of the course, or got a job. Then how do you improve your career? And again, it's back to the same question. So you need to take charge. You need to be in the driver's seat. You cannot be advised by somebody, or you cannot be the pillion rider. So first, you have to see that the research job trend. Those who are in the college, those who are going to make their career or early stage of the career, now is the high time to there will be new type of jobs will be evolving post COVID. And I would say not to get panic about the post COVID. Okay, no problem is a permanent problem. It will be over. It will be over very soon because science and technology is so advanced. It's just matter of a time. Could be 6 months. It could be 18 months, a maximum of some countable or definite period of time. But there's a new job come, and I'll just give you an example. That those who remember that in 2001, 9/11, an American historical terrorist activity happened in the world that the Twin Tower destroyed. Before that, entire Western world, there's a concept of security was hardly there. It's open society. Anybody can walk in anywhere. Anybody can go anywhere. There's no check, no surveillance. There's hardly any CCTV camera. But 9/11, almost half of the world got devastated, scared, and all. But look at that. The outcome of 9/11, within 2 years, the security business becomes the $11 trillion security business. I'm talking about by 2003. I do not know what is the volume of today's economy. So that many jobs are created. $11 trillion economy means that many personnel, that many devices, that many companies, and all. So same thing in the post-COVID. You just wait and see that how the things will change. Started from your environment, started from your conventional engineering, started from your real estate market, everything is going to change. Now you have to be on top of that, be on top of the research, how the people are doing research, how you think, and all. This is very important. So accordingly, you have to jump on the curve. Basically, you're right on the curve of growth. So research and job trends is very important. Identify your career goals. So again, what exactly you want to achieve that. It's not necessary that everybody wants to be a CEO or everybody wants to be a general manager. There are a lot of people that are happy to be just a lower manager or not even a manager, just a simple accountable clerk or simply a shop floor guy. Because it doesn't matter money or the career, it doesn't matter that make you happy. The most important part, you have to find out that what make you happy. Find out your happy index. Because even if you are sleeping in a $1 billion house or $1 million house, or if you are sleeping in a few thousand rupees or few $1,000 house, it doesn't matter. Matters is how is your sleep quality on the night. So that's the matter. The value of the things you guys probably have watched that whole world, particularly the Western world and America kind of in a world, who fought for a oil, for so many wars that happened just because of the oil, gas. So now that oil price has gone negative. So there's no use value. Had it been today, there's no Gulf War I, there's no Gulf War II, there's no Middle East unsettlement. With the Middle East, they have plenty of oil, but there's no use because there's a lockdown around the world. No transport, nothing, no aviation. Who will consume that? So that's a very important part. So create your own career marketing plan. You have to market your career. If you think that okay, somebody will come and market your career, wrong assumption. And just through reference, people can refer you, but doesn't mean that you will get that job or you will get that job based on your merit. Okay, if you really want to have a career, then you have to make it a marketing plan. Everything has a market. You know how to market yourself. Fourth is grow your network. It's very important. Is a network is your network. Okay, If you have a good set of connection, relevant set of connection, that is your net worth. It's very important wherever you are. And making a big commitment about your career. So you have to take a commitment, okay, hey, I want to do this thing, and then start planning it from the day one. So, and the next one is write down your goal. So if you put in your goal in a sticky sheet and put it up in your study table, in front of study table and all, and if you keep watching it every day, you know that one day you start believing this, okay, this is my goal. I am so and so, I am far behind my goals. I need to do something. So that will make you thought. And ultimately celebrate your success. Success doesn't mean what position, how much money, and all those things. It's celebrate success means your passion is fulfilled, your dream, your goal has achieved. That's your success. So it's very important. Again, back to basic. Back to basic is you have to identify yourself, who you are. And next is how to manage your career. There's people, those who already got a job or getting job. So first thing is set and communicate clear goals. So it's a very important because in general, Indian people have a shy in nature. Okay, even in a group meeting or GD or any kind of a thing, unless somebody asks you a question, you never volunteer or ask your question. You are thinking that, okay, I need that, but you are always shy that, oh, if I ask this, it might be the stupid question, or you think how other people will think. So get rid of that kind of a perception from your mind. So whatever is your communicate, communicate, communicate. The key to getting what you want is knowing what you want. It is very, very important part. Create an open feedback loop. So you never hesitate to ask your boss. If you join a job, there are people who got a job, some of the audience might be here. So when you start your career, so suppose let's say most of the cases, since you are a fresher, there will be an induction program. Even if not the first day, second day onwards, go to your trainer and ask that, hey, give me a feedback how I am coping up, or this is all I understood from your session for the last 2 days. What do you think? Am I catching up right? If you start doing this, you will see the amazing growth in your own career. You will be immediately noticed by your senior, by your peers, and that message goes all the way to the top. Hey, the batch one, there are 5 students. They are so serious. They are asking this question. That means it shows that you are open to learn. You are open to improve. You are not supposed to know everything. Nobody is supposed to know anything. So, but if you are ready to learn, people appreciate that. Think about your accomplishment differently, how you accomplish, and manage your work samples, get the conversation, and raise your hand, spend time and maintaining it. So these are the some of the tips that I think it will be helpful for your career development, particularly the people, those who are getting into the job from the first time. In the corporate world, it's completely different and it's very hard. It's not like academic world. There's a tolerance limit is very, very minimum tolerance limit. So now what we need to do now, so you got the, so far we covered that basics of what we need to do, what is the career, what is the job, how we have to prepare. Now there are 3 kind of a scenario. In short, I will discuss in next 30 minutes as I have a sharp drop at 7:30 because I will be having a call at 7:30 from my US counterpart. So there are 3 scenarios I think amongst the audience, those who already got the job. Now your next question is, I got the job. Now what is needed to be successful? You got the job, that doesn't mean that you can retain that job for long. So you need to be different in order to be successful. It is nothing called government progression or government career, that it's the private corporate sector. You have been noticed knowingly or unknowingly, silently by somebody. So you need to be different. And the people, those who are getting ready for the job. So how do you want to prepare you through interview time? Now through interview time, you have still about a 6 months to a year time in hand. So it's a good time. So you need to prepare yourself so that your hit ratio is very high. Last point I will discuss that how do you swim through the new normal world? Because before COVID, you are sleeping in a different world. Post COVID, you will be woke up in a different world. So you should be mentally ready. And there's no point or no time for panic, depression. So basically fight it back and take advantage of this COVID. COVID is not that bad. So your first day, the people, those who are got the job, your first day at the job, that means your self-marketing or self-brand building has started. So you have to keep in mind that I have to take charge of your career. I have to do my own brand building because in a batch, thousands of people will join. Out of 1,000 people, only 10% people probably will qualify, can promote you. So from the day
live streaming is on.
oh, it's so noisy. Okay, so the first thing first, guys, it's very important. Looks like it's a silly, but it's very important. Match your dress with the company culture or wear business casual and dress. So even before you start the job, if you ask that question to the company or HR, hey, what is your dress code? Or do I have to do the business casual? So this is very, very important rather than you just reach the office with a sneaker and the trouser, formal trouser with a sneaker, that doesn't go well. Okay. It looks very silly, but it matters a lot because you are branding yourself. You are on a specific then the second point, it is very, very important. Particularly most of these people, those who are here, they're going for a white collar job. Hardly if you are going for a blue collar job. Yeah, for make sure that you use cologne or body spray while going to the work and be extra cautious with your oral hygiene. Particularly the night before, if you're drunk, and the next morning your oral hygiene and smells or fouls like anything. Your next guy, if he's sober and if he carries in a mouth freshener, he will probably start chewing. That giving you a direct indication that your mouth is smelling foul smell. So these are the very, very important part. Then third is demonstrate through your body posture or gesture that you are no more in college. And it is, we have noticed, we fire a lot of time. Like the same way during the induction, 1,000 people are getting trained and all, the same kind of bunk attitude. Oh, it is, I can manage, I'm a smart guy, I will manage through the night, I'm not serious. And while doing, maybe silently he's texting, chatting, and all those things that will goes against you. Okay, so you have to remember that you are no more in college. Somebody is paying you. Somebody is in a college, you are paying. Here you are getting paid. So there's a difference in culture. So people need to be very serious for that in order to retain your job even. Fourth is balance your behavior between introvert and extrovert by asking a meaningful question. If you pay attention to the discussion, any kind of a discussion, even if it looks silly, still you pay full attention. Out of the silly discussion, still you can ask a meaningful question. It's apparently it's looking like a silly, but it gives you a different perspective. So just don't ignore that he is bad or he is that. Since you are spending time, this time is allocated, try to get the max out of that, whatever it is. Sometimes the speakers are not that good, and also you might feel, okay, he's not a good speaker and all, but try to get the maximum. It doesn't matter that he has to be very sophisticated English speaker, but try to see what is in intention to convey to you, because he is the donor and you are the receiver. So whatever max you can receive it will be good for you. Number 5, if you are in induction program or in a project, start creating a difference from the day one. Remember, the first impression is the last impression. Because in every induction session, formally or informally, HR is keeping a tab on you. And after your induction program is over, the HR is profiling already done that who will be on which category and what category and all those things. That report goes all the way to the top management, because that is the management. See, I hired this year 2,000 people. How do I put these 2,000 people for my tomorrow's management category? So these people, okay, these are the potential. These are the people. Okay, wrong hire. Probably we will find the opportunity to let them go. So that's why it's a very, very important part from the day one, especially in induction program. What I observed that during the induction program, most of the students is joined a job, particularly the fresher, they still have the college attitude, and that's a detrimental for your career. Then the next point, continuing to that slide, learn to say no, as that is not treated as your weakness, but is considered as your strength. If you did not understand something, or if your teachers or the mentor explain you something, ask you, did you understand? If you did not understand, if you're not 100% clear, say no, or reiterate your understanding, or reconfirm your understanding with the mentors or your boss. It is very, very important. Without understanding, just don't say the yes, because you are killing yourself. You are setting a wrong expectation. If you say yes, that means I will understand that you understood. So tomorrow it will be a problem for me. So 7 is, if your mentor or boss give you some task, please do make sure you understand the scope right through reconfirmation of your understanding with your mentor or boss. Do not feel shy or assume anything if you are not clear. As I said earlier, do networking with your peers and senior. Keep your attitude positive and motivated, even if you hear negative about the company from others. Okay. So whenever we join a job, there's a lot of people talks nowadays. Everywhere is a negative. Nobody is a perfect, but you should not be the part of the participation. So that's why the 9, do not caught up. Sorry, not PP, UP. Do not caught up in office gossip. So any kind of a gossip, you are not there. You just entered the system. So you should not. You stay away. You avoid that kind of a gossip. And last thing, this is a very, very important behavior of Indian culture, that do not share your personal information. You are not supposed to share your personal information, your family, your personal thing, your salary, nothing. You ask them, meet them very professionally at the workplace. Until unless somebody is very close to you, you can trust completely. And the trust doesn't come with a few interaction, it takes time. So next slide, how do I prepare? Now it's for the people, those who are aspiring for the job or coming to the job market. How do I prepare myself for the job? Start with a self-SWOT analysis. Those who are not familiar with a SWOT is a decades-old tool, management tool. It's called strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. So start your things like, you ask yourself or ask your peers or your parents even, what do you think? What is my strength? What do you think? Or find out what is your weaknesses. Or it's a good that if you start writing yourself, what is your strength? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By asking yourself, start what are the weaknesses you have. Find out what are the opportunity based on your strength, based on your weaknesses, and what are the threat. Who can bid this job? Like you all 10 people are going for a job interview. So you say that, okay, I am weak on that. So Mr. So-and-so might be, or Mrs. So-and-so might be my threat. So it is very, very important that start with a self-SWOT analysis and highlight your strength based on the opportunity while working on your weaknesses to encounter your threat. So your intention is never try to or get into your weak points. Okay. That you should not. Which you are not yet ready, you should not get in there. Try to avoid that. Always try to highlight your strength. Second point is improve your analytical ability and by practicing mock mental and psychometric tests. So these are the very much common for any large company, but if you start preparing yourself if you take few sessions and those sessions are mostly available on the free or some nominal cost, it will help you. And there are some psychometric tests, also paid psychometric test. If you even spend $100 for taking that test, you will get the complete analysis about your personality. Sometimes you fail to assess yourself what you are. So psychometric test, good psychometric test tools that tell you that who you are. Are you an introvert type? Are you an aspiring type? Are you a very high achiever? It's very important for you to know yourself so that you can plan your career accordingly. And these are because mental and psychometric tests are important because every company wants to assess your analytical ability. Like how analytically you think. If you do not have a good analytical skill, then chances of you to be successful in a job is limited. So that's why this is kind of a first toll gate for most of the job. And typical formula is some kind of an analytic test, then GD, then face to face. This is the typical mode of interview. Some company changes something. These days also AI based mock test, everything, a lot of people are using. There are a lot of AI based engines are there to assess the candidate rather than face to face. If there's a GD, the group discussion as a part of the interview process phase, please have a mock session with your friends. It will be very important. Create some few mock session because most of the people either get nervous or start fumbling up, or even when you come to the GD session, you are sitting like in a robot. So anybody, whoever watching your GD session, you feel like that you are nervous. So if it shows that you are nervous, that means that gives a negative impression about the interviewer that okay, he cannot handle this small GD. The real life, there will be so many difficult situations. How do you handle that? It could be your client, it could be your internal employee, it could be with anything. So it is very, very important. So assess yourself, and if possible, whenever you do the mock session with your friends or your classmates and all, ask some coach and do some recording and replay that recording. If you do 3 times of replaying, play and replay, you will see you improve your skill dramatically. Get yourself sufficient knowledge on the contemporary topics because typically the GDs are not very pre-planned. It depends on the interviewer because there are multiple interviewer, multiple sessions. You just pick up one of the topic, contemporary topic. It could be digital, it could be COVID, it could be impact on the COVID and socio-economic. That's typical the nature. And there are many YouTube video on a perfect GD skills. So do's and don'ts on GD. I did not put list down. There are 10 or 15, but it is good that if you listen those YouTube video, it will be beneficial for you. Fourth is task practicing fearless speaking. Maybe you can have a Toastmaster chapter. Kolkata also having a Toastmaster. Toastmaster International is an organization, international body that helps you speak fearless. Because a lot of our students, a lot of us, including me, when I came from a Bengali medium, it's a very native village. Okay, I know that what was the challenge when I first day entered into the IIT Delhi. Because I'm kind of a very rural background guy, I'm trying to mix with an urban population, that within a Delhi. So it was a lot of fear. Even if I know, I hardly can open my mouth. But I never had a coach because I come from that kind of a background. I didn't have a role model. So many of us, but I realized that hey, one day I have to overcome that. So these days there's a lot of options. There's a lot of YouTube video and Toastmaster International. If you do not have, you can have an individual Toastmasters chapter in your college. That really it will help you. Because the first time when you start speaking publicly or speaking to somebody, first you will feel that your knees are shivering, your jaws are making tight. Okay, these are the common phenomena. And if it is happening with you, it's nothing wrong. You should not get nervous. All you have to do, practice. You will get out of that. But these are the important tips that would help you improve your job. The next 4 points are during face-to-face interview is very important. Show your confidence. Confidence is very, very important part. Everywhere you have to show your confidence, but do not show false confidence. And articulation skill. Whatever you speak slowly, speak to the point rather than jumbling up the word. And whenever people normally the interview start with an introduction, there's a self-introduction. Typically, your self-introduction should not be more than 30 seconds because when it's a mass interview, your slot is not more than 10 minutes. So you should not use more than 30 seconds. Also, there are a lot of YouTube video. How do you introduce yourself to an interviewer? Practice that. Prepare well around one or two of the favorite subject for your interview. It's very important that how you want to carry out the discussion. And that's again an important part. I am taking your interview. After one or two questions, you have to lead me that how the discussion will flow. And that helps you to seek your selection. That will basically you are changing. That shows that you have a leadership skill, you have the subject. So that's why prepare one or two subjects. You probably have studied more than 50 subjects over 4 years, but definitely you are not strong on that. But be stronger on the one or two. And guys, I know that the third year students is too late, okay? The normal trait of engineering students, they ignore physics and mathematics and chemistry at the first year and second year. That means those who ignore that, you are basically digging your own ditch. So if you are not strong in mathematics and physics, you hardly will be excel in any subject in future. So give that advice to your junior who are getting into the college next year. And to try to get a control over the discussion, I need to rush because I have a sharp. And make sure your social media profile, this is again another important part. These days, before company offer you a final offer, people go through the HR, go through your social media profile. All handles, social media handles they check. Like that will give them an access, and there's an automated tool. AI based tools are there to check the social media and give you an analysis and the report what type of a person he is. And it goes all the way back the date you have created the social media, what kind of post you do. And that gives a basically an assessment that what type of a person I'm recruiting. So it's a very important to manage your social media from the day one. And it should be like that. Particularly the professional people take your social media these days very serious. And another things which is getting very popular, if possible, create your 1 minute of digital profile. I mean, the digital resume with your own voice. If you can video of that 1 minute, you'll kill the game. I am so and so. I have done these. This is my expertise. This is a 1 minute you explain through the video, because people do not have so much of a time to go through this boring written resume, because thousands of resume every day come. Rather than if you just send one small YouTube link, okay, this is my profile. If you like it, you can talk to me. That makes a whole lot of difference. Those who are aiming for an IT job, one thing is very important is do brush up your expertise in coding to an excellence level. Coding is key, and coding, you will be good coder if your mathematical knowledge is sound. It's not that you pass the mathematics by mugging up something, but if you really understood that your linear algebra, your calculus, your vectors, your functions, then you can do the good coding. Those who are weak in mathematics, it doesn't, I mean, the mathematics is a mathematical subject, but mathematical ability or mathematical thinking. It could be, you could be a history graduate, but it could be an excellent coder because your logical mind and reasoning mind is clear. So it is very important to coding practice. Finally, be thorough with the industry intern or final semester project. If you are doing an intern or final semester project, really good at that so that you can articulate, and that gives an additional advantage that you can grasp a real world problem. Okay. So because the theoretical, the industry versus the academic is that there's a wide gap. This gap is not yet closed in Indian academic environment. Western world is closing the gap, but still there's a gap. I will go to the next session. Oh my God, I'll be running out of time. So, what is expected in the new normal world? I'm just reading through the slide. Work from home will be
Excuse me, Dr. Bose. Excuse me, Dr. Bose. You may continue because there are not too many questions here. So we'll have another session with only the question answers. So you may continue for another 5-7 minutes.
okay.
Thank
So, work from home will be the part of lifestyle, and so there will not be so much rush in the metro city. So these are the, you can expect, this is post COVID world. You are already seeing some of the notices from the leading employer like the TCS. They said that 75% of the employee will be working out of home, so you can stay in your village and you can work. So these are the lifestyle change in the new world. Uberization of job culture will increase significantly. There won't be any permanent job. So people will hire you on a contract basis as long as the job is needed. So that means in a year of a 12 month, this project is running for a 7 months, so you will get exactly 7 months salary, not the rest of the 5 months. So that's why the chances of the one people will be doing more than one job. This is the changes I do see the industry leaders, my colleagues and peers are already started talking about. IT outsourcing job will increase as COVID made everyone realize shoulder touch is not needed for most of the job. Earlier, shoulder touch means is next to each other. So COVID has that. Look at even the Techno India, we all are working from home and we are achieving what we wanted to achieve. So that's the IT outsourcing job will increase. From the 2021 onwards, I do see there will be a spike. Tremendous demands on the high bandwidth connectivity will increase. So that means those who are electronics and network side, their job will increase. Video conferencing will be the part of your lifestyle across the age, whether you are teenage to an old age. And 5G adoption will be faster. There will be a lot of money spending on it towards the 5G, and upgradation of 5G network will be very faster. So ECE kind of a students, network specialization students, their job market will increase very soon. And there will be manufacturing shifting of their base. That base will be distributed. People realize that banking on a one country for the entire world manufacturing, and this kind of a pandemic situation, entire world supply chain got disrupted. So significant amount of supply chain will come to India, and that will, they said, but it will not be the dumb mechanical machine. It will be all IT enabled stuff. So IT enabled mechanical, civil, chemical job will increase. So whenever you are choosing the courses, make sure that you choose the course like IoT, predictive maintenance, robotics, this kind of a course. A combination of your present engineering will improve your job. Most of the company will invest heavily on a secure mobile computing, because when you have to do work from home, your computing devices has to be secure so that there's no data piracy. There will be a lot of job opportunities around the life sciences, especially in biotechnology, microbiology, pharma, biomedical engineering. This sector will increase significantly. So those who are today in the college, their job market will improve, especially in India. And next is be flexible to adopt new economy, and there will be faster growth starting 2021 onwards. So ride the rising car. Telemedicine adoption through video conferencing will increase at a faster pace. There will be a lot of telemedicine opportunity. And aviation and hospitality industry need to think to change their business model for survival. Adversely impacted, these are the two industries amongst many few, but they have to change their business model. The business traveler will significantly go down. The holiday traveler, they have to bank on a holiday traveler. So they have to change their business model. So now, this is an interesting slide. Okay. Those who are in the village, they probably have witnessed this kind of slide. Typically, after hurricane or cyclone or Kalbaisaki, some large branch of the tree fall, and then the goats or the sheep are jumping and trying to eating the leaves all over on the top of the branch. And then they're scared that how to get down. They don't know. So we are exactly in the same scenario with the COVID. A lot of things is happening out of fear only. So you are the now in driving seat to see that how do you take the control of your career out of the COVID. So post-COVID, you have to take charge of your thing. Nobody will help you to drive you through the right road. You have to find your own way. 5 key tips for the interview before I end. Ways to gain trust and command respect. Watch your body language. So for interview days, it's very important. Do your background research about the company and highlight how you would add value in their team. Engage them in a conversation based on the context, not just based for them to ask you a question. Review your resume well and watch your real language. When you speak, watch your language, what you are speaking. Select a real life example during your interview, especially the one relevant to the situation where you have done something. Last point, be prepared well, why they will hire you. You have to ask that why they will hire me. There are so many better than me. Why? Some guidance are there. You can do the work and deliver exceptional results. That you have to demonstrate. You will fit beautifully in and be a great addition to the team. You possess a combination of skill and experience that make you stand out from the crowd. Hiring you will make him look smart and make his life easier. So these are the some kind of, so these are the 5 key tips for the interview. Those who are getting ready for the coming days for the interview. With that, I am finished or done for the day. The last quote is Swami Vivekananda's quote is never give up till you are there. Arise, awake, and stop, not until the goal is reached. So that's why they started with the very first slide. Set your career goal. Until you reach your goal, so never ever give up. Okay. Good guys, thank you. So hand it over to Mrs. Bose. I am done for the day. I can manage another 2-3 minutes for any question. Otherwise, you can have a repeat station for question answer for future.
Thank you, Dr. Bush. Dr. Bush, would you? Yes, you have closed your slides. Dr. Bush, that was a very interesting session. I'm sure the students have gained a lot. They must have enjoyed. Dr. Bose will be in a hurry to attend another call, US call, so he has to leave. So what I will request all the students here to raise your questions over a mail ID that I'm going to share right now here. And next coming Thursday, that is 7th of May, we can have just a moment, please. I will share the screen with you. Can you all, I hope you can see my screen. There's a mail ID given there. So by the 5th of May, if you can put in your questions there to Dr. Bose, he will make himself available to answer your questions online on 7th of May, same time, that's 6:30 p.m. And not only this, I would request the students, if you have any particular topic to hear from experts, if you have any interest, any queries on any domain, any particular field, please drop in a mail, the same mail ID, so that we can understand, we know the requirements of our students, so that we can organize speakers like Dr. Bose here on this Leaders Talk series, one after the other. Every Friday we are going to organize such a talk. So please drop in your requirements, your interests. And please note this mail ID, that's oindrila.m@suniv.ac.in. Dr. Bose, you'll be happy to know that students who took part today were from our own Sister Nivedita University, as well as from Netaji Subhash Engineering College, Meghnad Shah Institute of Technology, Techno International Newtown, Techno International Bhatanagar, and also from Shiliguri Institute of Technology, as well as Temple City Institute of Technology, which is in Bhubaneswar. So students from Bhubaneswar and Shiliguri had also joined in to listen to you, Dr. Bose. Thank you, Dr. Bose. So can we end our session for the day?
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your patience hearing me. Okay,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Bose.